Hey guys, what is up? It's your girl, Grace Torie, and I am back with a whole new podcast episode. You guys have really loved my Storytime / Reddit episodes lately, so I really wanted to dive into that more. I love how the second I start filming, my dog is like, yes, finally I can make noise. I've been quiet all day.
And the best part of this plan is, no one can stop me.
Anyways, so I wanted to, follow the vibes. If you guys want more story times and Reddit stories, then I will give you that. I wanted to put a twist on it. Of course, I don't want to do the same thing over and over again. So I wanted to do, am I overreacting? I love to give you guys unsolicited advice, and I feel like this is an opportunity for me to do that, while also giving some story times, and you guys can definitely chime in. If you're able to comment down below, definitely do that. But we're going to be on r/am I overreacting and going through some crazy posts. Like a lot of these, my jaw was on the floor. Before I jump in, of course, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, leave a rating and review. It takes about 0.2 seconds. It means the absolute world to me. Let's go ahead and jump on in. I'm Grace Torie, and you're listening to That Girl the Podcast. Grab a beverage of choice and settle in, because the new episode is starting now. Alright, as soon as Reddit loads, it's 90 degrees. Am I overreacting for wanting creative control? I am really excited about this one. Okay, let's jump in. So I decided to start posting videos of our border collie on TikTok. I'm 33 and my boyfriend is 34. Neither of us have created content or posted videos before. I wasn't like going viral, but I had hundreds of videos and started gaining a bit of traction. I told my boyfriend I was really enjoying it. I think I found a new hobby I'm enjoying. He goes out of town for work and I was going to make a video for the dog, being excited he's home. He takes a video of him coming home and I'm taking a video too. I told him I'd like to edit them together and create a new post. The next day he tells me he's going to upload his videos on his own TikTok and use the same hashtags. I started explaining how that's messed up and unsupportive, how it's competitive, etc. He tells me he was trying to be supportive and he had no idea I would feel that way. I think he was jealous and it was an act of control. And he says I'm crazy. What does everyone else think? Listen, you guys know that I run my pet's social media, and that's another additional form of income that I have. And it started as my dogs, and then we've just kind of grown from there. Obviously, I have a boyfriend. He has never done this, but I totally can see both sides of this. So let's get into it. First off, it's not competitive because you're posting your dog and you're using the same hashtags. Like, what are these hashtags? Hashtag dog, hashtag border collie, there's a very slim chance outside of the people who are in your contacts and obviously are going to be recommended both of your content that people are going to see both of your accounts because of TikTok and how massive it is, okay? So there is no competition. There's enough room for both of you on the app. I think that the importance here is the intent behind it. Was he doing it to be jealous, or did he genuinely think, oh, this is a fun thing that I can do too? It's not a competition at all. There's enough room for everybody. And you never know. His account could blow up, your account could blow up, more chances of your account blowing up. And then what if it becomes a full-time job and then you get to spend the rest of your life just taking videos of your animals together?
Wow, I've never thought of it that way before, but you're right.
Amazing. I don't think that this should be a competition at all. I don't think that there should be any jealousy here at all. It 100% is down to the malicious intent behind it, if there is any. If it's just whoa, this is fun, I want to try it out too. Cool. I don't know, it's kind of weird that he doesn't want to share the video with you. Maybe that's just the way it was worded and he has no problem with that, but why not reuse the video? Both of you can post the video that he took. It's not the end of the world. I can tell you all the time, I will reuse a clip in different videos with different concepts and put it with different clips and do a different mashup and this and that and the other. Maybe I'll just change the sound. There's so much potential, and I guarantee you that most of the time people aren't going to realize, except loyal fans, if you have any, and they're not going to care. As long as you're coming up with a new concept every time, it's fine. And again, there's enough room for both of you. How many border collies are posted on TikTok? Not even dogs. How many border collies are posted on TikTok every day? I guarantee you that it's totally fine and it's not competitive at all. It's competitive, but it shouldn't be between you. It should be a fun thing. It's oversaturated as it is, and at this point, the more that you're posting between the two of you, the more chances you have of making it a career. I feel like I said that 1,000 different ways, but yeah, you are overreacting. Sorry, bestie. Am I overreacting for refusing to lend my sister my dog for her aesthetic maternity shoot? Another dog one. I didn't realize that that was the vibe I was going for when I was saving these. I'm a 26 female and I have a golden retriever named Miso. He's 4, super sweet, and honestly the closest thing I have to a kid. I got him when he was a puppy and we're really attached. He doesn't do well with unfamiliar people or situations, and I try to avoid stressing him out unnecessarily. My sister, 31 female, is 7 months pregnant and planning this very curated maternity shoot with a photographer she found on Instagram. She sent me some sample photos and asked if she could borrow Miso for the shoot. Her exact words were, "He would complete the vibe. I want a soft, golden hour family feel with a golden dog." I told her no. Not because I don't support her or whatever, but because Miso isn't a prop. He's a living, anxious animal, and he's never even met her photographer. Plus, she wanted to do it on a random field an hour away without me there. She literally just wanted to pick him up, take the photos, and drop him back off. I offered to meet her at a park near me so she could take a few photos with both of us and Miso, but she said that ruined the visual. She was clearly irritated and said I was being selfish and overprotective of just a dog. Ooh, no, girl, no.
No trial, no nothing. Right to jail.
Later, our mom called and tried to gently nudge me to say yes, saying it's a small thing and would mean a lot to my sister. But it doesn't feel small to me. Miso is family, not decoration, and the fact that she got annoyed when I offered a compromise kind of says a lot. Now my sister wasn't talking to me, and my mom thinks I should apologize for making a big deal out of nothing. I honestly didn't think I was being dramatic, but now I'm second-guessing it. Am I overreacting? No, you're not. Okay. I've had experience with this because I have bunnies. Bunnies notoriously hate people. Bunnies hate people. Bunnies hate everyone. Bunnies are timid animals, they're prey animals, and are there the occasional bunnies who like people? Yes. But they have trust issues, it takes them a long time to trust their owner, and once they're bonded with their owner, they can literally die of a broken heart. So, my sister has actually asked to bring my bunnies to one of her Easter parties for kids to pet. And I told her no. She didn't care, and I think that that's the importance of the situation. If your sister would have understood, then it would have been fine. It's totally fine to ask. However, I don't like the way she asked either because she did make it sound like he was just a prop. That's a perfect opportunity to educate someone who maybe doesn't understand. Asking is not the problem, and like I said, educating is fine. It's when you educate and they still are like, ew, no, that's the problem. So yeah, you're not overreacting. I would have done the same. Also, I need to talk about, no one talked about this, and I felt like it was weird, how Whitney from Secret Lives of Mormon Wives, at her baby shower in season 2, just had bunnies there, because she was like, I don't want people holding my baby, so I'm gonna let them hold bunnies. And why did everyone just breeze over that? Because I know that bunny people are insane. As a bunny person, they are crazy. Yet no one has said anything about this. And I say that as a bunny person. I just thought that was it made me be like, ooh, don't do that. And I'm not a stickler or anything. I was like, ooh, I don't like this. And yeah, I don't know. It made me think of that. So I just had to ask you guys, what? Where do we stand on that? Next we have, am I overreacting for a company insulting me when I applied? And this is juicy. So these are messages, so I'll put them on the screen. I think this is on Indeed, but honestly, it's been quite a while since I've been looking for a job, so yeah. Anyway. It says, "Hi, I want to confirm you're still interested in this role." Person responds, "Good morning. I apologize for my late response time. I'm still interested in the role and would love an opportunity to speak further about my qualifications." Person responds again, "Good morning. Is this job position still available?" They get a response later in the day. "It does not seem to be very important to you. You have not showed for an interview. We don't hire lazy people." An interview is never set up. You're right, I don't want to work with employers that don't know what they're talking about. You should maybe get your details in line first. What a joke. Talk about lazy. Company response. "You have been late in responding every time. It took you 5 days to respond, and then late again. Maybe you should learn to read and look at a calendar. Great way to get a job is by being lazy and making excuses. I will post this answer you gave on Indeed so future employers won't waste any time with you. Typical moron," but it's spelled M-O-R-A-N, "that insults everyone because of his laziness." Person responds, "You're clearly delusional. I was not contacted besides the first message you sent. No emails, no phone call, no messages. It took 3 days to respond since you sent me a message on Friday, and I responded promptly on Monday. You can't even do basic math, let alone look at a calendar. You're the most brain-dead idiot I've ever seen in my life. Can't even spell the word moron correctly. Holy embarrassment. I'll be contacting your HR department along with posting this on the Better Business Bureau. Typically, employers that insult everyone because they're incapable of keeping their applicants organized or bothering to do their research before opening their mouths. What a joke of a company, no wonder your last guy left you." Company responds, "Well, just keep going. You're proving my point. Just keep calling me names." Oh, I have thoughts. They responded, "Right, that's all you have to say, proving my point that you have no idea what you're talking about, and showing that you're incapable of scheduling things properly. What a crap company to work for. Thank God you showed me your true colors. Dodged a bullet with you. I'll pour out a drink when your company goes underwater. Bunch of clowns." Company, 48 years in business, looks like all you are is a job jumper. I would say we dodged a bullet. Stop harassing us. I will follow up with the police. LOL, please feel free to call the police. I'd love to explain to them how company has been insulting me, calling me unprofessional things. You did nothing but harass me. You contacted me, then proceeded to lose your temper. I'll be posting this on social media. Good luck. My call now is to who you work for. I have asked you to not contact us again. You are harassing, and of course you would do social media. All you bullies do. Funny, blank does not know you. What a reputation. More lies on your application.
Alrighty then. Shall we go to jail?
What? And then they get sent a bunch of messages to them after that? Okay. Here are my thoughts. You could have not responded. Like, I understand. At first I was like, okay, we're giving the energy back. Like, clearly they're in the wrong. They started it, but that does not mean you have to finish it, bestie. Does not mean that. So, yeah, you came in a little hot, and you should have just left it. But this does make me think of a crazy story. So, when I was younger, in my early days, I was fresh out of grad school, and I needed a job. This person offered me a job, and it was a management position, and I had just gotten my master's, so I thought I was hot shit, and I was like, of course I would get a manager position, and it was supposed to be remote. Turns out, they, had me sign all this stuff, and it was, weird, because they sent it from their personal thing on, Google Drive, and it was supposed to be working for, AT&T, so I was like, okay, cool. So, do it all. Turns out that it was a door-to-door sales position, and they wanted me driving an hour to 2 hours a day to go to these places, knock doors, walk 12 miles a day in 100-degree weather because it was July, and then I got paid off commission, so I didn't even get paid off of a base. And keep in mind, they told me this was a remote management position. I was not a manager. So a couple people immediately quit. And one of them happened to be a little bit bigger. She was on the bigger side. And she quit because it wasn't what she was told. He proceeds, because every morning we would have a Zoom call. Oh, also, my car was on the verge of breaking down, and he was having me drive an hour to 2 hours. So that was fun. But anyway, he proceeds to go on the call, and he's like, some people just cannot handle it. Clearly, she could not handle it. And, she was too fat anyway. She was too big to handle this job. She just couldn't handle the heat. If you can't handle the heat, get out of the kitchen. You're gonna be you're just never gonna be successful, da 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 da. And so after that, because I was trying to stick it out, because he told us that if we did not work a full 3 weeks, we wouldn't get paid. And I was 2 weeks in, and me and this other girl that started at the same time were after our 3 weeks we're quitting, but we want to get paid for the things we did do, because it turns out we were really good at it. Crazy. So we were oh, we're actually selling stuff, and we walked 10 miles a day in July heat. Obviously we want to get paid for that. But after that meeting, we both texted him immediately, and we were hey, we're quitting. That was unprofessional. That was unnecessary. You're bullying. Also, this is not what we signed up for. They also told us that once we make enough sales, we can start a new office in a new city. But until then, the people who were ahead of us and could start a new office sooner got to pick who they wanted to bring from the team. And so someone was about to be a manager, and he literally told me, I'm going to pick you and the other girl, and you're coming with me, and we're not staying in Lexington. Keep in mind, this was a remote job, remote job. And like, you're telling me that if I want to keep my job, I'm going to have to move to whatever city you pick, work under you, and then eventually I can move wherever I want when I make enough money. And I can take whoever I want with me and they have no say in it. Yeah, no, I'm good on that. So I quit. Didn't get paid for that time. I just was like, I'm not even going to pursue this because I was dumb and stupid and I just like didn't really know my rights. And then it's been how many years? 3? And he's still out. He actually called Josh, or his girlfriend does all the recruiting, and she called Josh trying to recruit him like 6 months ago. Yeah, but they're still kicking it. Isn't that crazy though? Crazy. I know, I have a lot of stories like that if you guys want to hear more of my personal stories. But anyway, we're going to move on to the next one. Woohoo! Am I overreacting if I break up with my fiance over a name change? A few weeks ago, my fiance, who is a 27 female, and I, a 28 male, were talking about our wedding, which is scheduled for June of next year, and our honeymoon. At one point, I jokingly said something to the effect of, "We'll see about that, future Mrs. My Last Name." And she visibly cringed. She told me she isn't going to be Mrs. My Last Name. And I said, okay, then I'll be Mr. Her Last Name. Because I don't really care if she takes my name or I take hers. I just want to share one. She said, no, I'm keeping my name and you can keep yours. I asked who our future kids would be named after. She said her because she's the mother, so I'd be the odd one out. Edit to add, I should have clarified this, but she's also opposed to hyphenating. She's adamant we should keep our own last names and any future kids will only have hers. For context, I grew up in foster care after both my parents died. I didn't have any other biological family, so I was bounced around from home from the ages of 5 to 18 when I aged out. I never felt welcome in any of those foster homes and never felt like I had a real family. I always swore I'd have a real family one day, though. So naturally, I want to share a last name with my wife and our kids. I truly don't care what name. Mine, hers, a new one, we both choose. It doesn't matter to me. I just want a real family that I feel connected to. We've been dating for 3 years and engaged for almost 5 months, and this is the first time she said she doesn't want to share a name. Previously, she never said anything when I called her the future Mrs. My Last Name. So either this is new or she's been holding it in. I've tried to talk to her about why she doesn't want either of us to change her last name, but she, quote unquote, doesn't want to discuss further, and I'm at a loss as to what to do. Would it be an overreaction to break up over this since she won't talk to me about her reasons? She's acting like everything is normal, so I don't know what to think. Okay, there's an edit, but I want to kind of give my opinion first before we read it. I can see this from both sides because her reasons are valid and your reasons are valid. Two things can be true. This is one of those things that if you're not willing to compromise and neither one of those are willing to bend on, it is definitely, in my opinion, a valid reason not to continue the relationship. Is it kind of crappy that she changed her mind and doesn't want to share a last name? Yes. And I think that if she's not willing to tell you why and you're planning on getting married, like, you should be able to have that conversation. That's a red flag to me, because why? And that's like something that's more of a red flag than her not wanting to change her name, in my opinion. An example of this is I have some trauma growing up where I want to be financially independent. Not that I'm not willing to share my finances in a marriage, and not that I'm not willing to help out, but I want to be someone who makes enough or has enough in savings that if anything were to happen to my partner, I would be okay. I don't want to be like a stay-at-home mom who doesn't have an income. It was very important to me that I was educated and I have enough job experience that if I needed to get a job and maybe I was a stay-at-home mom, like, at some point, I would be able to do that. I am very adamant about, like, having my own savings account, and I'm transparent. Like, I'll tell you how much is in it, everything. But because of my trauma growing up and seeing my mom having to, like, pick herself up by the bootstraps and not having a backup plan, I am very, very, very traumatized, and that is something I am not willing to compromise on. Thankfully, I have a partner who understands that and is kind of on the same page. When it comes to sharing last names, I think it's weird that she doesn't want to change her last name, but again, not my freaking place. Like, she can have a fully valid reason and me not agree with it. It is one of those things that's not objective, like, it's subjective. She can have valid reasons, you can have valid reasons. But again, it's kind of a red flag if she's not willing to share why, especially because you've been so open with why it's important to you. Let's read the edit. This post got a lot more comments than I expected. Thank you to all who replied or sent PMs, except those who called me a misogynist for even suggesting she change her name. I've decided to try to have one more serious conversation with her about my feelings on the subject. I've packed a box with all the things she's left in my house, so if it doesn't go well, I return her belongings and end things. We're meeting at a park, and I have a good friend who is going to stay nearby but unseen just in case things go south, if for no other reason than to have a witness that I tried everything I could do to talk things out. See, I think that that's fair, like having a last-ditch effort. To me, this is of the same importance as having kids or not to have kids. Like, you need to be on the same page about this, like you need to be on the same page about whether you want to have kids or not, or finances, or things like that. And again, assigning importance to things is just like a societal thing. Like, don't be peer pressured to assign a certain level of importance to something just because society tells you it is or it isn't important. Like, if one person wants to have kids and you don't want to have kids and it's not an important thing to you and it's not an important thing to them and you're like, well, this could go either way, like this just isn't a big deal to us, then maybe that's not a deal breaker for you. I'm just using that as an example because for me, this is on the same level as that, and those are two things that are very important to me personally. Again, I'm fine with changing my last name. I think it's kind of weird that she's like totally adamant against it and not willing to like even have a conversation. But again, everyone has their reasons. I don't know. I feel like maybe there's something missing that we don't know. But based on the information, I don't think you're overreacting, and you're going to be with her for the rest of your life. And if that's something that's really important to you, then there is absolutely nothing wrong with putting your foot down. So those are all my Am I Overreacting posts for the day. If you want me to do more, definitely let me know. I have some saved, and obviously I'm down to scroll on Reddit more. But I love you guys so much. Let me know if you like these story times or if you want me to do more of the advice life videos that I was doing before. I'm totally fine. It's whatever you guys want. The vibes are vibing. It's totally up to you. I love you guys so, so much. I hope you have a great rest of your day, and I will see you guys next Sunday. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. If you saw this and you watched all the way through, go ahead and comment the sun emoji because it's 90 degrees outside and I'm currently dying, and I'll know you're a real one. So I will catch you guys later. Love you. Bye.